I just thought about an idea of a series in which I analyze fighters. And who else to start the series than the current light heavyweight UFC champion of the world, Alex Pereira.
We've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're going to keep it clean. You may touch gloves if you wish at this time.
Wow.
Regardez le regard.
Wow.
Side note, there's one thing about knowing what he does and how he wins his fights. Being in there with him is another thing. Remember what Mike Tyson said? Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. With that being said, let's get started. The mental aspects plays a huge role, especially when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. It is the determining factor in whether you win or lose a fight. If you get into a fight unsure about yourself or your skills, you are in for a threat. Worse, if you happen to get intimidated before the fight happens, you are in for a double threat.
State rules only. Protect yourself at all times. I expect a tough, clean fight. Any questions from McNeely's corner? Any questions from Mr. Tyson's corner? Let's get it on!
Pereira is aware of it, and he sure doesn't miss a chance to let you feel that he is aware of it.
Look at me. Don't worry, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. Solid.
There is also that strange ritual around him. From his cage work to his tribal affairs. Rightfully so, people started questioning it.
So everybody knows he's working with some shamanics, with some shamans.
Yeah.
From his like hometown.
Bro, his spirit. You know what Jerry said about the whole juju thing? Like that's real. And then he gets me in the last round. It's his spirit, his whatever, like ancestors or his people that are praying for him. Because I got prayer warriors as well.
It's safe to say that Pereira will be a scary individual to face in a cage. That intimidating aura around him also plays in his favor. He has either mastered this trait of making people believe that he's a threat, or it could simply be the fact that he is a threat.
Pronto para matar, chama.
At 185 pounds, fifth and final round.
Now let's discuss his skill sets.
A finta tem que ser o princípio do ataque.
He uses subtle feints with his footwork, hands, and even face expressions. All of those set up most of his attacks. They make you hesitate and second guess over time. There are two times where you could get intimidated: before the fight and during the fight. In the latter, Alex has a distinct way to make you feel like you're ineffective. Spartan is a killer when he starts applying pressure.
This is a scary Pereira when he closes the distance.
Oh, jab.
He stalks you. You could even feel it seated at home through your screen.
It's over.
That fucking leg kick, bro. You know what it is? You look at his foot. You look at this bit of his foot. It's like a hammer.
Pereira low kicks are fast, and it probably hurts more because of his bones density. What's more interesting is how he set them up. Firstly, he's tall and lengthy, so naturally his foot won't be the first thing that comes into your field of vision. He also does a tremendous job at mixing everything up, the feints, and his whole arsenal of punches that go upstairs. Jab to the body, jabs to the face. When he has you hooked, the low kicks now come at ease.
Another low kick.
Starting to pile up for the champion.
He catches you when you forget they're coming.
Who's best to talk about it than Khalil Rountree?
Kicking the leg and then keeping the body and then throwing the jab and just mixing it up to where like now I'm a little bit confused or off my game.
He also does something even more interesting. He blends in a lateral movement to disguise and land his low kicks. It's the basics, at an extremely high level. It's clever and subtle, and it also tells volume on how smart of a fighter he is. I define this as your ability to adjust mid-fight based on what happens in the fight. Also being able to do what's needed when needed. Also being able to apply a game plan and sticking to it. Also being able to understand the up style, timing, distance, and adjusting to it. Also being able to correct mistakes and adjust mid-fight. Alex has demonstrated all in his fight. Let's look it up. In this one, he circled around patiently against a pressure fighter to avoid getting his back stuck on the cage, all while setting up his left hook. Here he got hit by Jan multiple times with the left hook. He adjusted to it. Here he was patiently figuring out his distance and timing. Similar to John Jones, he seems to have a meticulous approach to his fights.
I study film constantly, and I just see a lot of patterns. You know, when he's in one stance, there's things he really loves to do. He goes to the same well a lot. When he's in the opposite stand, he has his tendencies.
One thing that is pretty underrated and that I got to experience for myself is really his IQ, man. He just kept making adjustments, and I think he made very smart adjustments.
Battle IQ has to be one of the most important assets in combats. Hence, I'm working on a program specially designed to skyrocket your fight's intelligence. Let me know if you'd be interested in it. Distance in striking is a tricky concept to explain. To keep it simple, It's the place at which you are safe from blows coming from your opponents. You can change or alter that place with footwork or by having superior foot positioning. This clip somehow explains it.
ね。触れられん。寸前で止まる。
止まってるっていうか、僕に近づくほど遅くなってんの。
Portan has an elite's understanding of distance, most likely because he's a glory kickboxing champion and also spars a lot. He's always out of range to avoid shots, and his reaction time and head movements are very precise. However, he can get caught, usually when he smells bloods and gets too eager.
Pereira, hands down, just teeing off on him. Bang! Oh.
Normally his hands over here. Now his hands here.
Khalil is or
Pereira. Pereira. Look at his hands. His hands are here because normally he's here.
Portan keeps his hands relatively low. Doing so, he baits you and sets you up with unpredictable strikes. Usually his left hook. Bonus points for that combo of his that I absolutely like. He tilts his heads one side or low, then throws the uppercuts that he can follow up with the left hook. Portan is a complete striker. He's strong, smart in the cage, and his distance management plus feints are chef kisses. Paradoxically, what makes him such a dangerous striker also make few of his biggest flaws on the feet. Now tell me, which bits from Alex can you add into your game? Thanks guys for watching, and see you for the next videos.